Hello, good afternoon, friends. Today I'm going to read you this book called Julie the Rockhound. It is written by Gail Langer Karwowski. Okay. And I want you to think about how you might be similar to or different from Julie in this book. All right, let's get started. Julie saw something sparkle on the hillside behind her new house. She picked up a rock as big as her thumb. The rock had shiny, flat sides and a pointy end. It was beautiful. She ran down the hill to show it to her dad. They washed it off, and he called it a crystal. Like the crystal bowl that Mom keeps on the dining room table? Julie asked. Dad shook his head and smiled. You found a crystal, Julie, but it's not the same as the crystal in the bowl. You found quartz. Julie was puzzled. Like quarts of milk? Quartz sounds like the word for quarts of milk or juice, Dad explained, but your crystal is made of quartz, a mineral spelled with a T-Z. Quartz comes from a vein. Now Julie was really confused. She traced the light blue vein that carried blood to her hand, like the vein in my arm. Dad laughed. Your crystal comes from a vein in the ground where liquid rock used to flow, sort of like a vein that carries blood inside a body. Julie showed her dad where she found her crystal. She helped him dig a deep, wide hole. In the hole, they found many sparkly crystals poking into a small cavity. Look, here's a pocket of crystals, Dad said. Grinning, Julie slipped her hand into her pocket. I know, she said, but not the same as a pocket in clothes. Julie washed and sorted the crystals. Some were clear as window panes. Others were white as clouds. Quartz comes in other colors too, Dad said. He showed Julie a page in his book of minerals. When quartz is brown or gray, it's called smoky quartz. When it's pink, it's called rose quartz. Purple quartz is amethyst. Yellow is citrine. Julie looked disappointed. So my crystal's not special? Your crystal is special because you found it yourself and because it's clear, Dad said. Most quartz is only white chunks. Dad held up Julie's crystal, and she could see the green of the treetops through it. He placed it on top of a word in his book, and Julie saw 3 reflections of that word. Are my crystals flat sides where it got broken? Julie asked. No, those are crystals' faces. Julie giggled. I know, they're not the same as people's faces. She counted the faces on each of the quartz crystals. Even though some of the crystals were longer or wider, each had 6 sides and a pointy end. All these crystals have the same shape, she said. That's because they're all made of the same material, silicon dioxide. Silly, what? Silicon dioxide. That's the same chemical that makes up glass. Sometimes silicon dioxide gets dissolved in water. If conditions are just right, it grows into crystals. Crystals grow? Julie asked. Yes, crystals grow, Dad said. It takes a very long time, though. The longer the crystals have to grow, the longer, wider, and heavier they become. That's like people, Julie said. We grow longer and wider and heavier, but we always keep the same basic shape. The afternoon sun beat down on the hillside. I'm tired, Julie complained. I'm hot. Can we go home now? Dad began to pack their quartz crystals into a box. You have to be patient if you want to be a rockhound, he said. What's a rockhound? Julie asked. Hounds follow trails and dig, Dad said. When you search for sparkly rocks and dig them up, you are like a hound. After supper and a bath, Julie felt as shiny as a crystal. When Mom came to say goodnight, Julie pointed out her new treasure. I'm going to keep my crystal on my dresser. It's very special because it's clear and because I found it myself. Then she howled like a puppy. Call me Julie the Rockhound. And that, my friends, is the end of our book for today. So think of how you might be similar to or different from Julie and be prepared to share that with your teacher.